It's just over a year since trainer Hugo Palmer moved from Newmarket up to Cheshire to train for former footballer and owner Michael Owen. And we've come to his Manor House stables to find out what they're looking forward to this turf season, with Chester's May meeting very much top of the agenda.
Rajinsky in behind. I thought we might have ruined our chances of the Chester Cup when he beat Trushan. I felt like someone had ruined Christmas, I have to say. I'm careful what I say when I've got my radio mic on, I suppose. Telly, all right? Gary?
How's it been in the last 12 months?
Yeah, look, it's been amazing. It's been a whirlwind and a huge amount of change. I can't believe the year's gone by already, but it's wonderful.
How would you describe your working relationship with Michael?
Michael and I were friends for quite a number of years before I came and took the job up here. And I suppose when you've been friends with somebody and then you start to go and work for them, it's on both of our parts, we're a little bit sort of apprehensive about how our relationship might change. And certainly from my point of view, it hasn't really changed. I mean, we still get on fantastically well, we've got a great working relationship together, and we're both very excited by what we're trying to build here.
We both get along with each other very well, which is important because, this game is a tough game. You have lots of ups and lots of downs. You have to have a certain character to be able to deal with the downs. I think added to that, we are both absolute winners. We have dreams and ambitions that will probably scare some people, but we're going to get there.
He's an enormous draw card for us here. His enthusiasm, what he achieved as a footballer, and as I like to remind him daily, as a singer on early evening television as well. It draws people here, it makes people want to have horses here, and we're determined to try and make racing and owning racehorses a really fun and enjoyable experience. Solent Gateway in front, who is not going to the Chester Cup, having been pulled for a mile and a half foot last year and fallen in the heat, but he did start favourite for it.
It is going great. Like anything, the first year is always going to be tough. And put it this way, if we have the same year this year as we had last year, I think we'd probably both be a little bit disappointed. But that's not to say that the first year wasn't brilliant. We're just looking for amazing this year. We had 2 group winners last year. We had 40-something winners, I think. It was great for a first season, because obviously Hugo's got to get to know the place, the gallop, and people underestimate that. It is so difficult to just up sticks and move and understand how everything works in a different place. And I thought he mastered it really, really well in his first year. And all signs are at the start of this season already that this season's going to be a good year. Chester's a special place for those people that have never been to Chester races. I think they really ought to go. It's just unique. It's got an amazing atmosphere. The hospitality, the course, wins most awards most years. It's just a brilliant place, well-run place. We target all meetings. We're not sort of just looking at Chester and think we can only have runners at Chester. But we are one of the local trainers. We do expect to be top trainer there, most years, if not all. That's one of the things that Hugo's been told that needs to happen every year, is that we need to be successful at Chester because our owners demand it. I mean, we've got lots of local owners that want runners at Chester, want winners at Chester, and it keeps everybody happy. So of course we've got targets all over the country, all over the world, but dominating your own patch is something that we never forget. Chester in general is of course it's a hard place to win at, but the May Festival in particular is really, really difficult and getting more difficult. Aidan O'Brien seems to be sending Derby horses and Oaks horses over for all the trials and things like that. It's really hard to win there. It's the flagship meeting and we'll go there well represented.
The Chester Cup, you might have two. We don't know what's going to happen with Rajinsky, who made a cracking start to his season by beating the mighty Trusham.
Yes, Rajinsky was put up 4 for beating Trusham. I suppose if you can win a listed race, you ought to be able to feel you can win a handicap off what would effectively be 105, because Harry Davis will keep the ride. He went really well in the race last year. We felt we should have finished closer, and he finished third. He just got caught in a pocket when the race was quickening, and just the horse took him back a little bit, but he ran on really well. For a big horse, as you saw this morning, he handled the turns, and not every horse handles Chester, and he really handled it. But Chester Cup, it's a huge race, a huge prize, a huge field, and the draw is very important, and that sort of thing. So there's an awful lot of water still to flow under the bridge before raising that wonderful trophy, but we're going to do our best.
Zoffee, who is Chester Cup bound.
He won the Northumberland Vase last year, won it really impressively, and if it were good ground, I suppose we probably would run both horses in the race, but Zoffee very much preferred to hear his feet rattle. Quicker ground would suit him very well, but I think both horses can perform well on good ground.
The Chester Cup is the headline act, and it's not an easy race to win. I genuinely think the 110 horses or whatever we've got here, that I feel like they're all mine. I don't live here, but I basically live here. I mean, my house is down the road, but I spend every minute of the day here. I just adore the place, and I adore the people that have horses here, and the atmosphere that we've created, and the staff that are here. It's just what makes me tick. So I don't care whether they're in my colours or in one of our clients' colours or whatever it might be. They're all my horses in many ways. So I'd love to tick the Chester Cup off the that's one thing that I think one race that I'd love to win. None of them are owned by me in any way, shape or form, but as I say, if they cross the line in front, then they absolutely feel like they are.
Box to Box is one of the standout horses for me this morning. I mean, he looks incredible, in his coat, and of course he had a couple of very nice days at Chester last year.
Absolutely, and he's then spoiled thing. He spent the winter in the rarefied climate of Bahrain as well, so he hasn't had a little break when he came back, and he's back in fast work now. He'll go straight to the May meeting. There are 2 10-furlong handicaps for him, and we'll just have to see what they look like and whether he gets in the more valuable one, or we'll just see. But it's he will definitely be turning up at the May meeting.
I mean, I don't know, maybe you feel the pressure training for top athletes and famous sportsmen, but for us, observing and watching and reporting on it as well, it adds a real sense of excitement and spice and
yeah, it does, doesn't it?
to the game.
I don't think I feel any extra pressure. I think actually, funnily enough, horses always have little things that go wrong with them, and so do all athletes. And if you're training for athletes or training for trainers, they sort of understand it a little bit more. And they're great to train for. Certainly, if they think they put me under pressure, they keep it to themselves. So just hope we can do well. Nice staying horse in time, chronographed by recorder.
I've got a desire to be the best. I want the best facility. I think we've got that. I think there's not many places. I've been everywhere in the country, and I don't look on envy at anything really. I think we've got a stunning place here with great staff, with a great trainer. I think we're all set to really crack on. So to improve, what do we need? We need, better horses, more horses, better facilities, better equipment, better everything really. And it's very difficult, this game. I certainly can't do it on my own, but I can encourage owners here. I can make this a place that nobody else wants to go anywhere else once they come here. And I've got plans in place to make it bigger, to make it better, to invest further. And as I say, I think now I've got the real base of something pretty special here with trainers, staff, facility, etc. But no, I just want to be represented at the top table in all the big races all the time and continue to be successful. So we'll see where it takes us, but we're not stopping here.